Hey, welcome back of the Bruce Lee week. Today we talk about the secret code of the one-inch punch, Yip Man's legacy or Bruce genius. So, one-inch punch, we all know about it now. It's famous in Wing Chun, right? The most famous and most misunderstood technique to me in martial arts history. How could a single punch that could send a man flying backward? It's impossible. Like within an inch, normally you need big power, right? People around the world have seen it, but few truly understand where it came from or how Bruce Lee cracked his secret code. Or did Grandmaster Yip Man share it with him before he left Hong Kong? Or maybe Bruce Lee discovered it on his own through experimenting, and philosophy. In this video, experimentation. Hey, welcome back to Bruce Lee Week. Today we talk about the secret code of the one-inch punch, Yip Man legacy or Bruce genius. So we all know in Wing Chun, Bruce made the one-inch punch famous, its demonstration. But is the one-inch punch the most famous and misunderstood technique in martial arts history? How could a single punch like that, so close, could send a man flying backward? So people around the world would have seen it, but few truly understand it, where it came from, or how Bruce Lee cracked his secret code. Or did Yip Man share it with him, or before he left Hong Kong? Or did Bruce discover it on his own through experimentation and philosophy? So in this video, we review the story, science, and spirit behind the one-inch punch. The ultimate expression of Wing Chun, power, Bruce Lee evolution. Okay? Let's share together. So what is the origin of the one-inch punch? We need to understand the one-inch punch. We must go back to the roots. What is Wing Chun concept? That concept existed long before Bruce Lee, hidden inside the forms of Siu Lim Tao and Cham Kyu, where relaxation, structure, and energy flows are trained. So in Wing Chun, the power doesn't come from muscle. It comes from the ground, the waist, and the connection of the whole body. That's science. When Yip Man taught Bruce Lee, he didn't hand him a trick. He handed him principles. Structure over strength, relaxation before speed, focus through intention, focus. Bruce learned that real power comes when tension disappears. The one-inch punch is not a push. It's an explosion of internal alignment. So, I think when Bruce first trained under Yip Man in Hong Kong, he was only a teenager, impatient, and full of questions. That's normal, right, for young people. He wanted results fast. Yip Man always reminded him, be soft, be still. Power is born from silence. I don't understand that when I was young. But Bruce wanted more than just traditional. He wanted truth. He practiced the same movement thousands of times. But the short bridge punch, the straight line energy, the hip rotation, I think he started to begin to feel how energy traveled through his body. Years training, right? From his root to his waist and out through his fist. That was the beginning of his understanding. I think it's through thousands and thousands of repetition that the body understands. This is the one-inch punch. Instead, he guided Bruce to discover it himself. I think that was the story. And that was Yip Man's greatest lesson. Don't imitate, don't investigate, whatever. Just follow. So, when Bruce moved to America, he faced a new reality. He was a smaller guy than most of the students, and challengers, strong boxer, wrestlers, athletes. Then he realized he needed the explosive power, real world power, not theoretical functional. So he went back to what Yip Man told him. And this time he analyzed it scientifically. He combined Wing Chun's short power with Western biomechanics, studying force, angles, and acceleration. So what he discovered that true impact comes from speed multiplied by structure. So your structure is good, your speed will be amazing. The shorter the distance, the less time for energy to escape. So, you see? Meaning the punch becomes faster, sharper, and more concentrated. This became his obsession, to create power from nothing. So, I'm sure he's a very, very smart person. Did he crack the code? How did Bruce finally crack the code? He merged 3 words and 3 words together. Wing Chun, physics, and philosophy. Let me repeat, Wing Chun, physics, and philosophy. Here's his formula. Relaxation, power starts in stillness. The body must be free, relax, unnecessary tension. Connection, the punch must come from the whole body. The feet, the legs, the hips, and spine, all synchronized, all synchronized, all synchronized, all synchronized. Focus, the mind directs energy like a laser. Total concentration on the target. Explosive release, boom, boom. At that moment of contact, every muscle contracts at once and then immediately relax again. He trained this using isometric tension drills, like push up, like short range push up and punches. Of course, wooden dummy practice for structural alignment, wall back training to refine the focus. So all this is his secret. Bruce recorded his progress in his notebooks, measuring distance, reaction time, and angle. He had turned martial arts into science, and the 1-inch punch was his proof of concept. It wasn't magic. I think it was mastery. A genius. It must be a genius to think like that. I mean, the old master never tells you all these secrets. Those are the one ingredient, right? So Bruce demonstrated the 1-inch punch at the Long Beach tournament in 1964. The world was stunned. A small man knocked back a huge volunteer with a movement shorter than a blink. What people call it, supernatural. But it was pure science, pure control. Even Yip Man's senior student later said, Bruce's power was real. He took what we learned and make it alive. So Bruce never claimed to invent the 1-inch punch. I think he simply evolved it, refined the principle, expanded its meaning, and applied it beyond fighting. And he said the great mistake is to anticipate the outcome of the engagement. You ought not to be thinking whether it ends in victory or defeat. Let nature take its course. Flow. Be like water, my friend. This is the secret. The 1-inch punch is not just a strike. It's a moment when body, mind, and energy becomes one. That is the key. So, did Yip Man give Bruce Lee the secret? I don't think so. Maybe he gave him the path. He pointed the finger, or hint some Wing Chun idioms. But Bruce walked that path until he found the answer himself. That's the difference between a student and a master. He once said, to know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. The 1-inch punch is not a technique, it's a mirror of your spirit. It teaches you that great power doesn't need great distance. It teaches you that the smallest movement can create the biggest impact. I think just like Bruce's life. I mean, it's just a short life. He started small, but his energy changed the world. That's the real secret code. Power through simplicity, energy through awareness, strength through stillness. And that's the lesson he left for all of us. If you enjoy this, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment